Bonjour, bon dia. I am so sorry I cannot be with you there in Paris, one of my favorite cities in the world. I am there with you in spirit. I come to you from my studio in New York City with a message about personal branding 2025. I've been in the field of personal branding longer than anyone on earth, and it's actually been almost a quarter century. And what I want to talk about is what 2025 is going to look like from a personal branding perspective. And to get there, we need to talk a little bit about how we got there. What has happened in the last quarter century to impact the field of personal branding? It starts with multiple economic downturns and the knowledge that we have that we need to be in charge of our own careers, right? One global financial crisis made us realize that we need to take care of our own careers to be successful. And that's key to personal branding. Tech has been entering the workforce for a really long time. It's not just AI. Way before that, the web and the Internet of Things and big data. So we need to understand where people and technology come together. Generational workforce. We have more generations working in the same place at the same time, and that impacts our ability to connect with and relate to others. COVID is one of the biggest things that's happened in the field of personal branding, and how we need to think about ourselves and how we achieve fulfillment from our work by being our authentic selves. Part of what it spawned was this belonging deficit and increased loneliness. Stress is up. Our ability to connect is down. Cohesion is down. Part of this has to do with the hybrid virtual workplace that we're in, and this new call back to the office, the return to work that some people are not super happy with. There's so much going on in so many different media that we are distracted. It's hard for us to pay attention. Our attention spans are waning. Multitasking is increasing, causing challenges. All of our thought leadership that we're posting everywhere is not getting seen because of the noise in the marketplace. And so it's hard to get noticed. Differentiation has become even more important. And then there's AI. AI is only in its infancy, and we've already seen a huge impact in personal branding. It's only going to get bigger. So let's talk about what 2025 personal branding is. 2025 personal branding is what it used to be, all about authenticity plus 3 E's. So authenticity remains the foundation of personal branding. It's absolutely critical. Then we add to that empathy, our ability to connect with, relate to, and understand others. Evolution, the need for us to learn and grow and always be one step ahead and be change agents. And then the last E, encouragement. It's about taking people with us, a responsibility we have because of our success. So let's start with authenticity. Authenticity, it was really a big deal 25 years ago. People being themselves at work didn't feel comfortable because everything was about conformity. We were still living with a mindset of the industrial age. Today, people have embraced authenticity and they're bringing their authentic selves to work. And that's absolutely critical. The challenge is some people aren't willing to do the work to get clear about their authentic selves. What makes them great, why other people care, what helps them stand out from everyone else who does what they do. So the first phase of personal branding, know, is even more important than ever. Know is critical, and there's an opportunity using AI to get even greater clarity about branding, because AI is going to start to know about a lot of people in the world. It can even help you get clear about your differentiation from people who do what you do. So there's lots of opportunities in the reflection phase, the feedback phase, and really getting clear about brand differentiation with AI. Know is the most important phase. It should take the most time if you're working with a client or if you're working on your own brand, because once you build that foundation, the rest of it is easy. The second step, still important in 2025, show. How do you tell your story? The big thing moving forward is you need to be able to tell your story in the virtual world, and video is the best tool for that. Everyone is going to need to be an expert in video, even if you're uncomfortable looking at a camera. That is just the future. We know that 1 minute of video is worth 1.8 million words. So to be able to deliver a rich, emotional, connective experience, you need to be using video. And then the third phase, also grow. How do you expand your brand? Now, the challenge is with Grow right now, it's the noise in the marketplace. I have a contract with Forbes. I've had it for 11 years, almost 12 years now, and they require that I write 5 articles a month for them. Recently, because of all the noise, they say, oh, well, you know what? We want to incentivize you to write 10 articles a month. So think about that. If everyone is doubling the amount of content they're creating, how do people find your content? So Grow, it's not just about visibility. It's about creating a really specific niche. It's about speaking in your really specific, recognizable voice and being able to attract people so that you have an ongoing relationship with them. Otherwise, the noise is just going to make it impossible to build your brand. But all of this is under the concept of authenticity. And authenticity remains the most important part of personal branding. It will never go away. The great news now is that most organizations, most part of the world, are really embracing the concept of bringing your true, authentic, genuine self to work every day. All right. So authenticity, you're all experts in that and you're all embracing it and you totally believe that that's the most important element of personal branding. Let's talk about the 3 E's, and we're going to start with empathy. Here's the thing. Personal branding is not about you. It's about your ability to connect, engage, and deliver value to others. Empathy is key. We know empathy is the most important skill in leadership right now. The new type of leadership is called authentic leadership, and it's leaders who are human. It's no longer command and control. It's not goal-oriented. It's leading with being human and being able to connect with others. Empathy requires that you know yourself, right? The know phase of personal branding, and that you get to know others. You get to be really good at asking questions and being able to connect with others and understand exactly what they're about, because it's about pitching your authentic brand in a way where they can receive it. So empathy is absolutely critical and something that we all need to build. The great news is your intelligence quotient can't be changed. You're born with an IQ and it pretty much stays the same for life. Your EQ, or emotional intelligence, that can be expanded. So spending some time making sure that you have super high EQ and can relate to others in a deep emotional way is going to be valuable for you. Empathy is the most important E of the 3 E's of personal branding, which have now joined the A of authenticity. The key is authenticity without empathy is egotism, right? Because authenticity is just like, take a look at me, here's what I'm all about, not here's how I can modify who I am or pull the elements of who I am that are relevant to you to use it as a way to build a relationship, a deep, emotional, connective relationship, right? Not transactions, it's about connecting on a deep level. All right, so authenticity, empathy. I'm sure you're all excited about the next E, and that's evolution. This is all about growth. What we have learned is the world is speeding up and it's changing and it's evolving so fast. I went and did a history of all the things that I've done with my business in the last 25 years. And when you look at it holistically, I could not believe how much everything has changed and how many different things that I did because they were relevant at the time that are no longer relevant now. So every person on the planet needs their own personal evolution plan, which means you got to go back to the first stage of the personal branding process and know where it is you want to go, right? Your goals are going to determine what skills, behaviors, and mindsets you need so that you can achieve those goals, so that you can be relevant and be the person who is chosen to work on that. So it's about first getting clear on your goals, and then second, creating an evolution plan. How am I going to learn, grow, and evolve so that I'm always relevant and compelling to the people who are making decisions about me? Now, there's some interesting things we've learned about learning and how we learn. So when COVID happened, right, at the flip of a switch, everything went virtual and people started engaging in 100% asynchronous courses, right? Where you could just go online, watch some videos, and learn things. And now that people have been doing that for a while, guess what? They have data. And the data show that most people aren't really learning. Learning not only requires being able to gain knowledge, it means applying it, it means asking questions, it means working with others. So if you are building learning programs for clients, let's say, you really need to think about some kind of hybrid blended learning that gives them access to you, allows them to ask questions, enables them to work with cohorts, with others, to be able to make things happen. If we don't practice what we learn, if we don't apply what we learn, we really haven't learned it, right? And we need that because that helps with repetition. You've probably heard of Ebbinghaus, the German psychologist. He discovered something called the forgetting curve. Without repetition, we don't remember. So as you think about your own learning and the learning that you might be creating for clients, think about how you can create something that gets people to engage deeply in different modalities so that they are able to truly learn and so that you are able to truly learn. So evolution, absolutely key. This needs to be built in to a personal branding plan. It's no longer what's my social media plan, what's my visibility plan, my live, in-person, and online networking plan. It's all of that plus what's my development plan and how am I going to engage in it? What am I going to choose? What media am I going to use? And how am I going to get there? So really important. If you're not learning every single day, you're not standing still, you're falling behind. That takes us to our last E, which is encouragement. Here's the thing. When we build our brands, we get a lot out of it, right? We get our career directed so that we don't have to think about things. We know when to say yes and when to say no because we have that clarity about ourselves. Good things happen to us, right? We start to attract opportunities and our businesses grow or our careers grow. And all of this, it's really important and it's really valuable. And with it comes some responsibility. As people take on the responsibility for their own careers and they embrace their authentic selves and they give themselves permission to live their authentic selves in the world, they have a responsibility to others, right? Now, some of this happens automatically or automagically, as somebody used to say who I knew. When you are living your personal brand, you're exuding confidence and you're demonstrating your authenticity. And for those people who aren't yet ready to be their authentic selves, guess what? You become a role model and you give them permission to be a little bit of their own authentic selves every day. And there's a ripple effect that happens. Right? This really happens when a leader in an organization is truly authentic, right? And you say, wow, that's not the typical command and control leader. This is a leader really bringing who they are to work. Then the people who work for that leader have permission to bring themselves to work as well. So that's part of the value that just happens when you exude your brand every day. When you live it every day, you bring it to work. You bring it when you go to the store. You bring it when you're out with friends. You're just living your brand authentically without even having to think about it. That's great. Beyond that, though, there's some responsibility. And what I want to do is set up a challenge for you. I want you to think about who are you going to take with you? It's really important that you lift others up and you take what you learn about yourself and help other people learn as well. There's an amazing suffragist and civil rights activist named Mary Church Terrell, and she has this 4-word challenge, which I am going to give to you right now, which is lift as you climb. 4 words, they mean a lot. And it doesn't happen accidentally. You need to be clear about who it is you're going to take with you and how you're going to bring them on that journey. Lift as you climb. So I challenge you now to think about, as you build your brand, as you build your business, as you become more and more successful, who are you going to take with you and how are you going to do it? You may not know the answer to that. If you're not deliberate about it, it is not going to happen. It won't happen by accident. So you need to be really thoughtful about who you're going to take with you and how you're going to bring them along. And this goes beyond just living your brand every day and being a really good role model for people who want to bring their authentic selves to work, but may be a little bit uncomfortable doing it. So that's my challenge for you. You can see 2025 is going to be amazing for personal branding. If you are someone who is building your personal brand, 2025, it's going to be a little more challenging, right? More noise in the marketplace, a lot of things to be thinking about, defining your own growth plan, but it's going to be worth it. And if you are helping people build their brands, you have a lot more opportunity to dig more deeply to help people be more successful. And artificial intelligence is going to help you in the know, show, and grow phase. And then encouraging them to encourage others to lift as they climb is going to be a critical element as well. So I leave you with that challenge, and I wish you an amazing, fun time in Paris. I'm so sad I'm not there. And all I want to say now is take care.